Hey everybody, what's up? My name is Darian, also known as Darian Plans, and welcome to Planning Together, where every week I invite a friend on to share with us how they are organizing their life and their heart. And I'm so excited that you are here. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, y'all, so you guys don't miss out on future friends. And y'all, I'm really excited to share my friend tonight. Katie was actually one of the first planner friends that I made in this community, and she is a nurse and she has been married for going on 5 years in October. And she is just, I love her so much. And she's just a really big asset to the planning community. And she works in rural healthcare. And y'all, when she's not planning, she has like baby goats that she takes care of, which we're going to talk about tonight. And she loves Target runs and she loves family game nights and all the fun stuff. So we're going to talk about all the things tonight. And I'm so excited to share her. So go ahead and hit that like button and light up those comments and welcome Katie. Hi, Katie.
Hello, friends.
Hello.
How is everyone?
How's it going, everyone?
I'm so excited for this.
I'm so excited. Okay,
I could not wait for work to be over so I could do this.
How has work been going for you? Like, I know you work. Is it in? It's rural healthcare. Like, so how has it been with the COVID? Like with COVID, how has work been for you?
Well, it hasn't been bad. When it first started, it kind of was like a surge, and then it kind of died down. And then now we've been testing. We're just like a small clinic, and so we have like a health department in that same area that does a lot of the testing for the state. But ever since this surge came back again, it's been like we're testing probably like 4 people a day just in our, which does not seem like a lot at all. But when you're a small clinic like that in a small town, it's kind of quite a bit. So we've been seeing quite a few positives in our small area and our local counties and stuff. So it's definitely been a change, and it's definitely been frustrating wearing a mask all day.
Yeah.
When we're grooming patients and stuff, but everyone's been really understanding. So it's been really good as far as that. So.
Oh, that's good. Have you
Yeah.
always worked in rural healthcare?
No, actually, so I graduated in 2015, and then we got married in that October. And so I started out, I got a grad nurse position at a hospital like closer to where my husband, like where we were moving basically. And I was on the cardiology floor. It was Joplin was the area. And so that tornado that went through Joplin, Missouri, that wiped out the hospital. So I was not there for that. No, this is later. But it was the new hospital that they had built because of that. So that's kind of where I had got my position at. So they were still like doing stuff on the floors and like rebuilding and everything. And so I was kind of going back and forth from each side with like cardiology and renal, and then oncology I did as well. And so I kind of got a little bit of everything. So it was actually, I worked nights, and I had the best team that I worked with. It was great. It was so much fun. I learned so much.
Oh my God. Oh, so much. Okay, so the area that you're in now, is that the one that you always wanted to be in, or?
I didn't think so. So when I first started, I just was going to go on a general floor because I'm like, I just kind of want to learn all the things. And, new grad nurse, you're nervous and you don't think you know anything, but really you do. You know quite a bit more than what you think. And so I was there for a year, and we really wanted to be closer to where his family lived, like where he grew up. Okay. And so I'm like, okay, I'm just going to look and see, because they had a hospital in that city, but it wasn't very good. And I didn't really want to move from where I was to there. And so I found this position, and you never find like rural healthcare. When you have a rural healthcare nurse, they're usually there for like the long haul. Okay. And so, because the hours, I mean, you like don't work weekends half the time, you don't work holidays, you're like an 8 to 5 job. And so I saw it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to apply and see. And so I did, and I got the interview, and yeah, so I've been there ever since.
Oh my goodness.
I love it. Love
I
it.
love that. I love that you love what you're doing. I think that's awesome. I think that's
Yeah, it is. It is so much fun. Um, but so it's basically like it's like a mini ER there. And so like we'll get our routine, we're like family practice, so we'll get our routine, coming in for a 6 month follow-up or needs their meds refilled, or we see a bunch of kiddos. But just like the other day, we had somebody that was eating lunch down the road and started like profusely sweating and having like chest pains and stuff. So instead of the restaurant calling an ambulance, oh, just go down to the doctor's office. They'll take care of you. I literally thought, I, knock on wood, have not had to have a code in the clinic yet. I did in the hospital, but I have not in the clinic. I thought that was going to be my first one, for real. Like we've
right.
had people that have come in with emergencies, and they are like, as soon as we ship them out, we've had several of them just code right around the corner in the ambulance. And yeah, I thought that was going to be the day that I was going to have to, whip out my skills. No, no, and he is that patient is doing well, and he actually is back home, so that's good. But he was having a heart attack. He had 100% blockage. Yeah.
It definitely takes a very special person to be a nurse. A lot of my close friends, you included, are nurses, and I thank y'all so much for like your service and what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
Like I seriously appreciate y'all. Like appreciate. I was trying to say appreciate y'all, and it came out appreciate y'all. Appreciate you guys like so much, so much. Oh, okay. So you guys might hear
Yeah.
background noise. I'm like in a new environment. I am back home with my parents, and so it's a whole new environment for me. So you guys might hear some background noise. But you guys go ahead and let us know where you're watching from. All right, Katie, let's just get started.
I'm just like going through reading comments right now because I can't see them. So if you see me looking down, I'm trying to look at some comments too while I'm on here.
Oh, okay, awesome. Are you able to see the comments?
No, I can't see them.
I can't see them either. So I'll definitely play around with that. But the very first thing I just want to know is, Katie, how are you doing today? That's the very
I am doing good. First off, there's people in the comments saying they can barely hear you.
first. You know what? We're going to fix that right now.
Like there's a couple people just saying like your volume was low.
Can you guys hear me now?
Oh, you are significantly louder now. I was probably like extremely loud.
Technical difficulties. That's okay. We don't do that. Hold on.
Sorry, guys. I'm just now seeing the comments. So we were probably talking for like, I don't know, 10 minutes without even people being able to hear us.
Okay, y'all, can y'all hear us now?
Okay, there's people saying much better. Julie says much better.
Much better. Okay. I'm trying to figure out why I can't see y'all comments. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Hold on. Hold on, people. Hold on. We're going to get this together. Y'all are the best. Thank y'all so much for y'all are literally the best. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
Anyway, while you're working on that, yes, I am doing really good. Today was a good day. I didn't. Oh, now they're saying take off the headphones. It's the headphones. Now I can't hear you at all.
Okay,
now I can hear you.
Oh, okay. I got the comments, y'all.
There you go. Okay. But yes, today has been a good day. I've been looking forward to this all day long. I've got my planners out. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to chat. Yeah. How are you?
You know, I'm all over the place today, y'all, but in a good way. Like I said, we literally got in at midnight last night. We drove to Indiana, and I'm here with my parents, and I slept in today till 10 o'clock in the morning, which I do not regret at all. and and then I just started playing games with my dad and brother all day, and so that's mostly what I've been doing, which has been just really good for me and just like filling up my bucket, you know? So that's mostly so it's been a good day. And then new scenery. So I'm trying to get my technology together. Me and Katie had talked about this before we started. So y'all who on YouTube and Instagram and know about lighting, if you know of a good ring light that's really good at traveling, can y'all let me know? Let us both know. Like, comment and let us know, because I'm seeing it this way. If y'all see me looking, it's because I'm looking at the comments on my phone because it's not showing up.
Me too.
And so let me know if you know any good ring lights. Send them my way.
Julie, yeah. Julie, what ring light do you use? I know you have, oh, here we go. The comments are like slowly coming in. But I know Julie has a good ring light. I think it's off Amazon. So she needs to like, yeah, link that and let us know what you use.
Okay. All right. Let's just dive in. I have so many questions for Katie. And I literally feel like we were going to talk about all the things when it comes to planners. But before we even get there, Katie, what was your first planner?
Oh, okay. Probably my first planner was, they give out those ones in school. So I would use those, like the horizontal, like academic, whatever. I would use those. And then my first one I actually got into planning probably was an Erin Condren. I think it was an Erin Condren life planner. And I think it was horizontal because I was still in school. It was actually one of my nursing preceptors in pediatrics. She had one. And I'm like, what is that? Because I love that. And she's like, oh, this is just like my Erin Condren planner. I just have everything in here. And it was like stuffed. And I'm like, I'm going to have to look that up. So I think that was my first planner.
Okay.
And then it's definitely evolved from then.
Okay. So since you're talking about evolving, what are you currently using? Like, how has your planner changed from your very first planner?
Like from a month ago is the question. Yeah, from a month ago. Okay, so I'm in my Moxie Life goal setting 2-in-1 weekly and goal setting planner. So I'm in this one. Now the question on this is, am I horizontal or am I vertical? And I will tell you that I am going to be in vertical. Because that is just, I know, Sierra, I can't even I can't look. The glare from Sierra, it's just gonna like be blinding. But this spread is what did it for me. I'm like, the mile liners and the pin, that was like game changer for me. Okay, so I'm in my Moxie Life. Then this is brand new. This is my,
I'm so excited.
I love it. Okay, and I have Jen McIntosh to blame for this one because I would have never even known about a half letter disc bound if it wasn't for her. So this is my half letter disc bound planner that I am like addicted to right now. I just have, and a lot of people have been asking me, this is a Martha Stewart cover that Jen had, I've seen it on several, like I know Julie had one. There was Planning on Grace when she was on Instagram. I think she's kind of taken a break. She used to use one all the time. And I was like, oh, that's really cute. She would use it for like all of her holiday prep. And I loved how she did all the lists in there. It was perfect. I hope she comes back with it. But so yeah, Martha Stewart cover. I have the leather one and then I have the linen one somewhere. I think it's in there.
So you're using your Moxie Life and this. Okay, let's talk about this. People are like, okay, I see a lot of Team Vertical in the chat. Come on, y'all, Team Vertical. Yes. I was like horizontal for like the first 6 months of the year and then finally just went back to the vertical layout. It really works well for me. So let's talk about this because here's a secret, y'all. I got rid of all my personal rings. I sold them like just because I was like, I'm not using them. And I'm actually switching to half letter this and I'm blaming Katie, Jen, Lauren, Julie, everybody. Everybody's been having a half letter. And I was just like, it is so functional. So Katie, I want to know, where did you get your inserts from? Most of your inserts, like how did you go about setting it up? Because for someone, there's so much out there. Like there's so many different like layouts, all the things. So how did you go about picking your
There
favorite?
is. So back in like February, I had started in a personal size, and I had even asked Julie, I'm like, I don't know anything about these sizes of these planners, personal and A5 and everything. And I'm just like, I don't know anything about it. So I had got some recommendations from her. So I was going to try the personal, and I didn't want to like splurge yet, but I knew about cloth and paper and I loved all of their stuff. And so I kind of just like made my own to see if I would even like it. And I didn't really like the size. I didn't love it. And so I'm like, I'm not going to force myself into a planner, which I think can go for about anything. I'm not, just because other people are using it and they love it, I'm not going to force myself into this to try and mold all my stuff into it. So I was done basically with that. So then just recently I was like, I'm going to do it. I bought the half leather with the ring or the disc bound. And when you buy it from Staples, it actually comes with inserts in it. And so I was able to actually see the size of the paper, and I'm like, oh, I love this. And I think I messaged you that same night. I'm like, girl, I love this half letter. I've sent you like so many videos of it. I'm like, this is the perfect size. So then after I knew I really loved it, I just placed cloth and paper order because I love their stuff. So that's how and everything in here I think is cloth and paper, besides like one of my dashboards.
I love that. Y'all, if you use a disc system, go ahead and drop your favorite like recommendations with disc. What disc do you use? Like, do you use the aluminum ones, the clear plastic ones,
Yes.
the titanium ones?
Yes. Okay, so these are like the 1/4-inch discs, if you guys can see them. And this is what came with it, and it's like plastic. They don't work well. And so I got the tool. Yeah, and so I'm not a pro at this at all. But I got the tool. You can kind of see them. These are the 1-inch discs. This was like a limited edition color. It's not gold. It's kind of like a champagne color, so they're really pretty. But these are aluminum, and it moves so easy, so smooth on there. So aluminum, go aluminum.
What color? Like, that's not gold, and it's not rose gold.
It's not. It's like a champagne. Like here is silver and gold next to it. It's like a champagne color. I don't know. It was labeled as limited edition, but I mean, they're still available, but I found it there. I think there's some on Amazon.
Kat told me that they're rose gold.
Okay. They're rose gold. Okay. She straightened this out.
Because I'm over here like, what color is that? Like,
yeah. I love that. Where did I see it at? Oh, Julie goes, it's a disc party.
It is a disc party. Okay, so one thing I found, I believe I want to say it, make sure I'm saying it correctly. Let me know, y'all, if I'm saying it correctly or not. Poi and Hun, they have like this whole thing where you can just go in and like, it's like a disc setup, and you can like pick your cover, you can pick your disc, you can pick the inserts, and it's like this nice bundle. And so that was like really great for me getting started, because I know a lot of things were sold out on cloth and paper. Unless y'all catching the happy hour this Friday. Okay.
We're on a no spin, Darian. We're on a no spin. We both know Friday, that's going out the window. Okay. So let's just make an announcement now, so people don't slide into our stories and our DMs. We are on a no spin except for Friday.
Except for Friday.
Because we got to make it order.
What is Friday, Katie? Let the people know what Friday is if they don't know.
It is cloth and paper happy hour at, I think it's like 2:00 my time, Central Time.
3 p.m. Eastern Time, which means it's 1 p.m. Mountain Time, and then noon Pacific Standard Time. Just so y'all know.
You're so smart. You're so smart.
I like this. A low spin.
So, and they're, what'd you say?
Julie put in a low spin. We're going to do a low spin, not a no, instead of a no spin. Let's make it a low spin month.
Instead of a low, yeah, for sure. That's the truth.
Yeah. Oh, Claudia from Love Dolce Plans. Did I say that right, Claudia? Is it Dolce? Did I say that right? I'm on a spin less, not a complete no spin. See, I love people like this because I'm an extreme person. Yeah. I'm like, either you're going to be all in are like, not at
I
all.
know.
It's like, how about we just bring it down a few notches? Just spend less, not a complete
Okay.
no spend. So
Maybe that's what we need to change it to, because we were a little dramatic there for a little bit, like with all of our purchases. So I think if we just like tone it down a notch, we'll be good.
I like that. Y'all are the best. Thank y'all so much. Because I'm like, yeah, I like this. Yes. All right. So
So yeah.
you have the disc.
So those are the discs.
So what are you using your disc for? Like, what do you use a Moxie for, and then what do you use your disc system for?
Okay, so my Moxie Life, definitely on my goals. Weekly actions page, I cannot live without the weekly actions page anymore. This is like,
I love
this
that.
is it. This is perfect. So I'm using it for goals, and then I like to get creative in this one. And so like I'll sticker it up, I'll mile liner, do all that stuff. But I don't know, I just kind of do like an overall view of my week, which I know I just did that in my disc bound, but this is like neutral. This is my creative outlet. This is like my weekly overview, my goals, my dreams. So I want all that in here. So that is what my Moxie Life is. My disc bound, I have like my monthly in here, and then I did get some weekly inserts. I got one of these off like a buy sell trade or whatever, this leather cover I got, but it came with cloth and paper inserts. And so that's how I have the vertical like overview of my week.
Okay.
That's how I have that. So I did not purchase those. It just came with what I had. And then, so I have those in there, and I'm using it for my content planner too.
Okay.
So that is what my Hobonichi Weeks is for. So
beautiful.
It is. It really is. So yeah, I'm using it for my content planner, and then I'm working on, these are also cloth and paper. I'm trying to get better eating habits. Like, I work out good. I do. I am set on that. It is my routine now. It was hard to start a long time ago when I first started this. It was so hard. But after I was doing it, I'm like, now if I miss a day, I'm like, oh shoot, I kind of just feel crummy. So like once you get in that routine, it's good. So coronavirus has just like made me eat all the chocolate and all the stuff.
Okay. You said the dreaded R word. Like, I just don't like this word, but I love that you said it because I struggle with it so much. And y'all, this is where I'm going to need y'all help and need y'all advice. How, like, your routine?
Yeah.
What is your morning? I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions in one. What is your morning routine? Do you have an evening routine?
Okay.
And like,
yeah,
and y'all in the comments, let us know, are you a routine person? Because this is what I just found out. I just learned this about myself a week ago. Sierra had me take the Strength Finders test, and I found out that consistency is like number 31 out of 34 strengths. So you have your top 10, and my bottom one is consistency. So I struggle with routine, and I'm trying to figure out how to do better. And like this month, I'm trying to embrace more slower like rhythms in my morning time. And so I would love to know, what do you do, for your routines? And y'all comment and let us know, because I'm about to look through these and like get some advice, because the girl on the struggle bus, y'all, on the struggle bus.
I know. Okay, so morning routine right now, I wake up like 20 minutes earlier, which okay, let me just say this. Julie had put on her stories today about routines, and it was like, what routines could you, something about what routines could you improve? What routines have you perfected? And I was at work, I'll be honest, when it first came up, I'm like, oh, that's something really good to reflect on. And I went through it. I didn't even do anything. And then later on, I'm like, wait, I was like, I've got to go back to this. And I'm telling myself, I'm like kicking myself in the rear. And I'm like, you've got to get better about this. So I messaged, well, I like replied to her little box in there. And I'm like, I've got to be better about my morning routine, because I wanted someone like to see it and know and like be accountable for me, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I did do that. So right now my morning routine is just like get up 20 minutes earlier. I will let the dogs out, feed them, and then pack my lunch, breakfast. It's just kind of like quiet time. And then at like 6, my husband will get up and do whatever. And then, it's just kind of get ready, do whatever. But, and I wrote this down. I wrote this down in my discs. I even have a little post-it. My new morning routine, and I'm going to do this in the morning. I'm going to post a story in the morning and show you guys that I am up so you guys can hold me accountable. So I'm going to start and get up at 5:15 in the morning, and then, you're still going to be asleep at like 11, but I'm going to be up. I'm going to be up at 5. You probably have like the perfect evening routine compared to me. I am a morning person. You're like a night owl. From the times that I see you reply to me in my story or in my Instagram account.
That's pretty accurate.
Okay, so morning routine. I'm going to get up at 5:15. I'm going to let the dogs out, feed them, pack my lunch. I'm going to do a 20 to 30 minute. This isn't every day, but like probably 3 days or 3 or 4 days, 20 to 30 minute workout. And I'm going to do a stretch, and I'm going to get that done in the morning, and then breakfast, get ready. I'm going to do it.
Can
because
you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to do it.
You're going to do it. If anyone can do it, I know it's you, Katie. I know it's you. Listen, I just want to share it with you. Some of these comments are great. Y'all, someone had said it, and I was like, someone said I have a routine of spending, and I was like, no, that's a routine that I do have.
That's honesty. I appreciate that.
So I see a lot of working out in the morning, which is great. Y'all, I have not been. I downloaded the Peloton app. I think the last time I worked out was Friday. It's something I need to do better at. Mom, since you're watching this, maybe I need to go on a walk with you and the dog each morning, and that be my workout while I'm here.
There you go.
I see we have a lot of reading. A lot of people seem to be doing great with routines. I love that. Y'all, these comments are so awesome.
I'm pretty sure Julie gets up at like 4 o'clock. By the way.
Oh God, I see a lot of like, do you know what time? Y'all are killing me. 4 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know if I could do that. Like, I'm a morning person, but I don't know if I could do 4 o'clock.
I think Ashley, my friend Ashley, she wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning, or sometimes 5 o'clock, and I'm just like, what? And I always wonder if I'm a morning person or a night person. So I just say I'm a day duck. I'm one of those people that just function during the day. Like I feel like at nighttime, I'm not productive as I am throughout the day, but I respond a lot more to like things like that.
Yeah.
But I just stay up late at night and watch TV, which isn't the best thing.
Yeah.
But
I'm not super productive at night. I'm really not.
And
it's got to be in the morning or during the day.
You guys are so fun. Who says she wakes up at 4:15 in the morning? I think I made it at 2 o'clock. Woo.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Lauren. Okay, Lauren.
That's good. Somebody had said, go ahead.
I think Lauren had said, let me go back. I'm trying to keep, I get the most done between 12 a.m. and 2 a.m. You go, girl. Come on, night owl. Okay.
Yeah, do you. You do you. Okay. Is Brenda White your mom?
She is. And she just added, I said a walk, and now she's trying to add yoga and meditation to the walk.
You're getting yoga and meditation there.
Listen,
she's got a plan for you.
I love that. Well, these comments are awesome. Thank you so much for like just joining in this conversation, because it's literally on our end, it's showing like maybe 5 minutes after what you guys are posting. So it's nice just to be able to see this on our phones. Y'all are amazing. Okay.
Yeah, this is so fun.
Y'all are so much fun. I love y'all so much. Okay. So we talked about your disc, and I want to talk about this new, y'all. It's like every week I get on, I'm like, Katie has this new thing, and I'm like, oh, but where did you get that from? You have this pretty organizer now to hold all your beautiful stuff. Like, I
do.
I want to see it.
I do.
And I want to know
this is because I don't know if she's on here, but Jen McIntosh made me get this. It's like, okay, right now it is on Amazon. It was like, I bought it for $8. It's like $6 now. It is on Amazon. Yes. And it's Prime, free shipping. So this is my little organizer. if you guys can see it. So I just have like some cloth. This is all cloth and paper. Stickers. It's just like everything is in here. Post-its, habit trackers. By the way, we need to talk about this. I'm going to keep it out. We need to talk about that. And then I got some page flags in there, which if I order on Happy Hour, because I know you are, so I'm just going to Happy Hour. I have so many page flags in my cart right now. So anyway, this habit tracker from Cloth and Paper, if you guys can see it.
Okay.
So so I was using it to do the no spend, but I used it also because I saw Jen do it for a like meal planning, like menu deal. All you have to do is white out. Look at this. It's hard to see. White out. Yeah. And you have your Monday through Sunday. Isn't that so cute? I just thought that was such a good idea. I studied the page. I don't know if any of you guys do it, but I'm just going to straight up say I will just like scroll through and look at like what you posted a year ago, because everyone's got so many good ideas. I'm just like, I've got to go through this entire account from like start to finish.
Oh my goodness. It's literally like this whole, I think this is an infomercial for planner addicts. Really.
That's what I'm here for.
Literally, I knew this whole conversation, we were going to literally like get into it when it came to these planners. It's so true. I'm over here like, we are talking about a no spend. I'm like, I got to go on Amazon when I get off of here. Like, spend $6 for that.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Like, okay.
It is.
I love it.
It's considered a makeup organizer when you look it up. But I think she's got the link in her Amazon store. So just go find it in Macintosh. And I don't have that.
All right.
But I can tell you where to go. I can DM you the link.
Okay. And if you want to send it to me, Katie, then I can just put it in the description box, y'all, and y'all can honestly, whatever we talk about tonight, this is gonna be a big description. I'll make sure I go back through and put all like the links to this, because I know people are gonna catch the replay of this. So I'm just gonna put it in the description box, y'all, so we all know where to go for all this amazingness.
Okay, and I'm really sharing this because I love it. Like if I'm just kind of like half-hearted, and it's okay, I'll use it. I probably won't share it. But if I'm like, oh man, this is good, like I will share it full on.
Okay.
I don't just share everything. So
speaking of the things that you love, so if I told you to only give me 3 of your favorite planning supplies, like your absolute 3 must-have, what would they be?
Can that include a planner or just supplies? Just supplies. Okay. Just supplies.
Supplies. I feel like it'll be super hard.
Okay. So my pen. This is like my favorite pen. This is the Uniball Signo gel. I think it's 1.0. I like the thick ink. So that's what this is. It doesn't smear. I can write on my planner and mild liner over it. Doesn't smear. And I like how thick it is. Yeah. So it comes in a 3-pack. This is off of Amazon, but it comes in a 3-pack for like $6 for all 3 of these pens. And I use these all the time. My next thing probably would be, let's see if I can find it. I don't know. I'm really into any type of stationery. So like the Post-its right now, which are going to be cloth and paper. Post-its I'm really into. That and like the page flags. Yeah, I love that. Okay, well that's stationary. So that's one. That's considered one. So one more. I probably just have to say my mild liners. I mean, I couldn't go without my mild liners. I have all those
mild liners. I do like them.
Yeah.
Okay, is all your acrylic? Is all your like desk goodness stuff like acrylic stuff?
I mean, just this and that.
Oh, okay. I just assumed no.
Yeah, no. And this is just like from Target. Okay. So, but yeah, so I do.
People like post about like Target and having all like the acrylics and like checking out Target for like acrylic stuff, because I don't know who starts. It's so funny. Like I never know who starts what trend. Like no. Like
if I see somebody start it, I try to continually share it, because I don't come up with this stuff. But somebody posted, I'm shopping right now. The planner was like, shopping right now, LOL.
Perfect. So glad we are all
Okay, so that's my top three. That's my top three.
okay. Okay. I think okay. So, Katie, have you always been into like planners? Like, have you always been a goal setter, or was this something that you like learned along the way?
Okay, so I've always been a planner. I'll
Mm-hmm.
start with that. Always have been a planner. I love to be organized. Anyone that knows me will tell you I'm like one of the most organized people, like with work and everything. So I've always done that. Goal setting, no. I feel like I'm okay with goal setting, but it was not until Moxie Life. Like I love like okay, I don't love Power Sheets. I love Cultivate What Matters and their
Mm-hmm.
products. I think they're gorgeous. But I was just like, I don't think the Power Sheets is for me. I couldn't get into having an entire separate book of like 30 plus pages of prep to even get started with my goals. I couldn't do it. I know it works for like a ton of people. So as soon as Sierra came out with this, I was like, I'm going to try it. I'm going to jump in because there's only like what 10 or 12 pages at the beginning to explain how to do everything and to do your life compass and to do your assessment scoring, your intentions page, and setting your annual goals. So it wasn't until this that I was like, I love goal setting now. I love it. Like, it's like my jam right now. I am really, that weekly actions page is killing it. And so I feel like, okay, this week is like a really good week because I feel like I'm just knocking off everything. And not every week is like this. Sometimes I'll have like 5 things on my weekly actions page,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't even get all of them marked off. I don't even get like one of them marked off. And
Okay.
then there's other weeks. So you got to give yourself grace. There's got to be like a happy medium. Yeah,
Okay, so
I've learned
let's
that.
talk about it. How do you figure out what's a happy medium and like how like because I'm over here like I'm like yeah like but for someone like well what's a happy medium and I think I would love to know what your happy medium is and I think when it comes to goal setting and setting goals I know there are people who write out everything and they're completely okay if they don't check the mark next to it. I'm one of those people. I'll brain dump everything and if I don't everything and I'm like it is what it is. That's just me. But
Right.
there's also some people who maybe only write down the things that they know they're going to do. So I guess kind of like where is that happy medium for you?
For me, I'm kind of the same way. I could write down, like, I have a ton of stuff written down for this week that I know I'll probably mark off quite a few of them for this week. So one of my main things is what I do is I'll set myself up for success. So, with the pre-planning, and then I will put down things that I know that I have to complete, that I will complete, so that you almost kind of get that feeling of like, okay, I did it. I did something. I'm doing good. But then there's other things that I'm not going to hit, but I'm going to put them on there because I might just be ambitious that week and I might get it all done. I might knock it all off. Um, but I guess that's kind of the happy medium for me. And it's just how I feel like when I'm pre-planning as well. So if I'm just really not even feeling that week, I'm not going to put down 10 things that I need to get done when I know I'm not even motivated that week. I mean, you just have to kind of like feel yourself out, give yourself grace. I am huge on giving grace and progress, not perfection. I'm big on that. And just set yourself up for success that week. Don't overdo it. Don't think too hard. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be because it's really not.
I like that. Don't make it more complicated than what it has to be. Y'all, I
Yeah.
want to know what are some ways that we complicate goal setting? Like Katie, what do you think is the biggest thing when it comes what do you see us doing when it comes to like maybe overthinking or making things more harder than what they have to be?
Sorry, I was reading comments. Did you just ask me? Was that for me or were you asking me?
That's for everybody.
I was reading a comment because someone had put on here that she goes, and then there's me, the person who doesn't cross off what I was supposed to do, but goes back and adds in things that I somehow did. And I will do that. I will go back in and be like, oh man, I did that this day. But I'm not like if I don't plan out a week, which I have like probably 2 or 3 weeks in my Moxie life that are not planned out, I won't go back and pre-plan. Like, I'm not big on that, but if I need to add something to my to-do list that I didn't already have, I will do that.
I like that. I have friends who will go back and like, if they miss the week, they'll go back and like plan it as it was a regular week and write the things that they did. I'm like, I can't. That's just too much for me to do. However, I'm also that person where when I'm writing my to-do list out for the day, if I know I did 3 things already, I'm going to write those 3 things down and check them off. So I feel a little bit good, and I get a little bit of boost in my self-esteem, and it just going a little bit.
Yeah, we all need that. Yeah.
Some people are writing some great things about like why we complicate goal setting. Some people say analysis. I can never. Y'all know I can't talk. Analysis paralysis. Did I say that right? Analysis
paralysis.
There you go. Or we make too many goals. Putting tasks down that are too big and overwhelming instead of the very next thing, like small bites. I like this. I can't eat, sleep, and breathe. Goals are great, but don't forget to live and enjoy life. Y'all, that's what you need to put on your goal. How am I gonna live? Like, I am living.
You need to write that.
Let's write that down on our planner. I'm living. I'm spending time with my children. I am going to
I'm writing it.
That TV show that I wanted to watch this week. I'm going to eat some ice cream this week. Sorry,
yes, exactly.
I'm just one of those people. I'm just like, write that thing down. Like, I think so many times we write the things that necessarily and I think we say the things I have to do. But if we change the language of what are the things that I'm going to live this week. Perfect. Yeah. But, like, versus saying these are the things that I have to do this week. What if we start saying these are the things I get to do this week? And we start writing down, like, you know, the fun things as well. You know, like I get to go have a date night inside my home. I don't know, because we can go.
There you go. Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Let me know, what is the thing you about to write on your to-do list that you get to do that's fun and enjoyable? Because we always write down like and I think when we write down the things we get to do, it's to make sure we do them, and it, like, the whole part of planning, it makes it fun and all that stuff. So I love that. Y'all are so awesome.
One of the things on Peloton, Jess Sims, she always says it, you get to move your body today. It is a privilege, which this is just like about working out. She's like, it is a privilege to move your body today. And it really is. I mean, even as a nurse, it's like you take everything for granted. You do. I do it. I'm horrible at it. You take it for granted. And yeah, it's a privilege. It's a privilege to get to do all this stuff that we're writing in our planners. Even if it feels like a huge chore, a huge list, it's a privilege. You get to do it.
I love that so much. Someone make that turn that into a sticker, y'all. Make that a sticker.
Somebody make that into a dashboard so I can put it in my disc bound. Make me a vellum. Yeah. Also, I think that's part of why people they're so overwhelmed with even setting goals. Like, they think that their annual goals have to be something like amazing, and they really don't. They really don't. Like, one of my goals, like, we're working on financial stuff this year, and my annual goals, I wrote it down at the beginning. I think I did this in December, actually. One of them was just to pay off like 2 things, 2 small things. I was like, I'm just going to pay it off. We're set to do 4. I mean, it's just like, start small and you'll go. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like you end up paying off 4. Like, small, and like, I love that so much.
Yeah, and so it doesn't have to be huge. It really doesn't.
Oh my goodness, I love that.
Yeah. Okay, what are people saying?
Okay, I mean,
Julie says, I'm living for this life so much. Me too. I could do this all the time.
Yeah, I love that. I love that I get to take my neighborhood walk with my kiddos, planned or unplanned. It's such an rewarding thing for me right now. I love
what I get to. That's it. That is the mindset. Oh my goodness. I have been all about mindfulness. Like, I even wrote it down in my habits.
I see that in your plan, and that was the one thing that you had checked off every day last week.
did, yeah, because I was like, I read this book, man, and I was going to bring it in here, but it was by Jenny Allen, and it's called Get Out of Your Head. You got to read that book. It is so good. It talks about you can your first thought is your reaction. Your second thought is your choice. Oh, I live by that for real.
Say that again. Say that again.
Your first thought is your reaction. Your second thought is your choice. Isn't that deep? That is so deep.
I'm over
Yeah,
here.
it gets you thinking, and you're like, oh my word, it is. Over one situation, your first thought is your reaction. Second thought is your choice.
Okay. So how does that play into your mindfulness each day with you setting that as
so
that look like, I guess, practically?
So basically, I'm trying to start my day out. I'm changing my mindset, whether I had a bad night before or just a rough day at work. I'm trying to just change my mindset on how I am starting my day, how I'm going to straight up get out of bed. And I could be in a bad mood, or I could not want to talk to anybody, which some mornings I feel like that, but you got to go. I mean, obviously as a nurse, you can't do that, but yeah, so I've been so big on mindset. I don't know why, but I've been so big on it lately. And it's probably that book that I read.
I love that so much. I need to write that down.
We need a sticker for that. Somebody needs to tell Chrissy Ann Designs, we need a sticker for that.
We do. We need a sticker.
For sure.
Come on, Tattoo Taylor, I love you. She said the one thing that she loved, particularly about the Moxie Life system, is that there's a whole category that has you thinking about like fun things, like to think about the fun things and out. I love. You're so right.
I know. People say stuff all the time about whether it's planners or whatever, and you're just like, why? That is so simple. Why didn't I just think of that?
But it's like get that category. But my thing is, I always repurpose categories. Like I'm like, I got to make this work for this and work this, and I'm just like that. That's one category that I need to unpurpose, if that makes sense. Like I need to I need to make sure I'm using my fun and recreation and repurpose the category. That's not healthy.
My fun and rec was probably one of my lowest categories when we did our initial assessment. I think that was one of my lowest.
Now I have a question for you. How have
Where am I at?
Yeah, I want to know, what were your numbers at the start of this year? The quarter, where they are at now. Like, how have your numbers changed and increased?
Okay, so we've already done 2 quarterly assessments. So let me find my original. Where's my compass? There we go. Okay, so my original fun and recreation, these numbers are really hard to see. Okay, was a 4. Okay. So that was my original one. I'm sorry, they're so hard to see. I went up on my quarterly assessment. The first time I went up to a 5.
Okay.
And then I think I went up to a 6. So on my last quarterly assessment, I'm slowly going up. But I feel like I'm just doing more things. Like I'm an introvert, which probably is weird as a nurse. But if you let me just say this. I can talk all day at work with patients. I can get anything out of them. I can do whatever at work. Like that is not hard at all. But if you get me, and my husband's the complete opposite. If you get me out in public, just at Walmart, I'm not going to sit there and talk. He could sit there and talk for an hour, and I'm heading to the car. That's how different it is. So I'm trying to do things for me. I'm trying to get out there more, as far, well, obviously not now, but with the whole pandemic or whatever. But yeah, so I'm slowly going up. So I'm from a 4 to a 6. So
I love that. I think my beginning one was a 6. And now I'm at a 8.1 when it comes to fun and recreation.
Oh wow!
But here's the thing. My area, But here, this is one thing that I feel like I've learned throughout this whole goal setting process. And y'all, we're gonna be quiet because I know, like, if y'all have questions, go ahead and start putting them in the chat because I want to make sure we answer any questions that y'all have.
Right. Yeah.
We can talk. Me and Katie can talk forever. But the one thing that I realized is that the same goals that were like really low at the beginning of this year, they're still my lowest ones. Honestly, they're still my lowest ones, but they have small improvements. Like it's been. My lowest areas have been health, physical, environment, and financial. No spend. Low.
No, it's a low spend. We've been corrected.
But I noticed like I see the small improvements and it's just like it's nice to be able to see like the progress, but like I know for me, so if any of y'all feel like why am I still low in the same areas? No, you're not alone because like it's I can't from a 4 to an 8 overnight. Like I started at a 4 financially and now I'm at a 6. And honestly, like the financial stuff is just me and my relationship with money, which we're learning this whole
Yeah.
And then
go ahead.
Go for it. Health and wellness is
well. I was also going to say I don't feel bad even if you start high, but you notice like you're trending down. Like I've done that. There's a category that I've done that in, and I'm not going to get discouraged about it, but I just have to, you celebrate the small wins and you ask yourself, what can I do to improve? What can I do this week to get me one step closer to doing better in that category? What can I do today that will help me?
Oh, I love that. I know you and a few other people, y'all actually use the notes on the reflection page in the Moxie Life for reflection. And what have you noticed when you do the weekly reflection, how does that play into like your goal setting and your, I guess, even your mindfulness when you're doing weekly reflection? Because right now I just and I know like my friends have been challenging me to do the weekly reflections, but I don't know why I don't. But have you noticed like any difference when you do the weekly reflections if it's just the monthly?
Okay, I have, because I never did the notes and reflections like I have been doing, like how it shows in the monthly. So like I saw Hannah at Hand Can Plan do like her meal prep that day. So I've kind of been like jumping around with it. Some of them are blank. Some of them just I threw down like a different idea to try. But ever since I started doing those notes and reflections, like what my wins were and what worked and what didn't, and lessons learned, I feel like you can take that over into the next week. I feel like it's really helped me to take it over into the next week. Like this one, my lessons learned were to be patient. 2 words, be patient. And so I feel like just something like that, it doesn't have to be a whole paragraph of things you've done wrong or adjustments you need to make. Or, I mean, maybe you didn't have any wins that week, but you can write down what your adjustments need to be to get a win the next week. But I mean, and even my wins, like one of my wins on this week was decluttered my planner stuff. That was a win. That was a win for me because man, I feel so good when I declutter, when I get rid of stuff. It feels so good.
Okay, we're gonna talk about decluttering just a little bit, and I gotta get to these questions.
Yes.
I don't. My mom will tell you that I feel like I'm sentimental, but she doesn't say that I'm not the most sentimental because I will throw things out. But y'all, that Marie Kondo, like my husband refused to let me touch that book ever again because I read it, and I was like, when we first got married, and I like threw out maybe half of his books, and that he was so sad, like so sad.
Oh no.
You're making me get rid of my book. And I'm like, does it spark joy? And he was like, what are you talking
about? Oh no.
So me and decluttering, we're still working on it. We're still working on it.
It's a love-hate relationship, yeah.
It's a love-hate relationship. Okay, so we got some questions. First question.
Okay.
And if I
already see it.
Okay, I see. Okay, Julie asks, what is your cloth and paper budget for Friday?
I've already seen it and I don't even want to answer it. I don't know. I can tell you right now, I have like just in stationery, I probably have $40 in stationery in my cart right now, which it probably isn't terrible to some people, but I don't know. I'm not. I don't have. I don't want to say I don't have a budget because I do. I just can't give you a number, Julie.
Okay, so
What's yours? I mean, let's just say how much is an agenda and start there.
yeah,
What, like,
let's just say I plan on getting an agenda for my half letter disc. So
okay,
if you want to know, go to Cloth and Paper and find out.
there you go.
I'm just torn. Oh, let me know. I'm torn between the black smooth caviar leather or the saddle caviar leather.
Saddle.
I got it. I got the saddle one in the personal rings, and then since I switched to personal rings, I sold it through a D-stash groups, which are great. When planner tip, if you guys are, this is like my biggest tip, and I've just started doing this. But whatever I'm not using, y'all, I just sell it back, and then the money that I make, I can just buy what I was going to use to replace it versus accumulating all this stuff. There's like ton of like Facebook stash groups that you could join and sell back. So that's my quick little tip there. Okay. Another question we got is, what are some of your favorite things to do to help you raise your to raise your fun and recreation score? So what, I guess the question is, what are some things that you can do for fun and recreation?
Okay, so a lot of my stuff will probably have to do with like planner, like fun and rec to me is like doing a plan with me or sitting down to plan. I do put like date night under there because it could probably go under family and relationships too, but date night it's fun. So I put it under that as well. Or it could just be like a birthday party or I mean, whatever you like to do. I mean, I know we're not really doing too much right now, but like my fun and rec this week was this. This was my fun and rec, and this has been like my fun and rec for the past 3 weeks. So, so it's things like this that'll really bump you up. So I bet in my next quarterly assessment after these is probably going to be like a 10 because I feel like it's just yeah.
Another question. You have this is from Heather Norton. You have a weekly in your Moxie life and a weekly in your Cloth and Paper, like your disc. Are you going to use both of your weeklies? And if so, are you going to use them differently? And if not, why both weeklies?
Okay, so first of all, this weekly, this is what came, like I said, when I bought it off the buy sell, those are just what came with it. So I didn't, my mom is trying to FaceTime me right now. I just like, yeah, I'm gonna have to, call her back on that one. Anyway, so this is what came with the planner, like the insert. So I wasn't like technically going to get a weekly, but since I have them, I'm going to use them because I don't want them to go away since they're dated anyway. But like I said, my Moxie Life is like my creative outlet. It's just like my overview of the week. I was putting to-do list on there, but I might transfer those to-do list over into the disc bound and just get creative with my Moxie Life. So like all the mile liners, Chrissy Ann design stickers I've been hooked on recently. And then I might just make this disc bound. Like this is kind of what it looks like. So you guys can kind of see this. I mean, it's very simple. It's like I just write out work. I write out my workouts there and like my morning routine because I want to be intentional about it. And then like a week in my Moxie Life, so they're different. Like here. That's what it looks like.
Okay.
And so vertical like this, it's easier for me to plan in because it flows better to me, especially because it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This and the Cloth and Paper, it goes Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then everything is like below it. Okay. So it's different. It's kind of like a different layout. I don't know.
All right. Show this comment.
But yeah.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead. Finish.
Oh, well, I was just going to say, originally this was just going to be like my content monthly budget and like meal planning. That's my goal for this. Now my dad is FaceTiming me.
They're all trying to talk to you. They're all trying to talk to you.
This never happens. I tell you, this never happens until I'm like sitting down to do something. My
I love
husband
it.
does the same thing. Anyway, okay. Which category have you improved the most? Probably, I thought it would be fun and rec, but honestly, by the end of the year, it's going to be financial. Because we've, like I said, with the whole coronavirus, we really have been like saving money, and I'm just saying this because I know it's not big to some people, but like to us, we were living paycheck to paycheck for a while, and so we were able to open a savings account. We've got stuff in there now, and so that is a huge step for us. And so I feel like that's probably going to be my most improved.
Oh, that's so awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
Next question, and I see a lot of, okay, so Julie said she struggles with personal category because honestly doesn't know what goes there, and all the other categories seem like they can be personal, and a lot of people are saying that and agreeing it. So what would you say are like some examples of what you can put in the personal category?
Okay, so like my personal, I'll put down, and I carry some of these things over, which I've shared before on Instagram, but I will carry some of these over. So like personal would be like I have my morning routine on there. Self-care I put on there, whether it's just like reading a chapter in a book. Like one, I put set aside time to read this week, something specifically for me. It doesn't involve anyone else. It's just for me. As far as self-care, what else have I done? Trying to see, it's hard to flip through here. I was doing like meditation on Peloton, so I would write that on my personal. But it doesn't have to be like, huge and significant, but I really just put things that are for me, that are benefiting me individually, not like me and my husband or me and my family. I'll put that other places. So it's just very specific to me.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know if that helps, but.
No, that does. And let me think. I think I have it. There's this sheet that, no, it was like a list of like different things that you could put out, things to consider in each area of your life. And I know it's somewhere in the group chat in the Moxie Life community group.
Oh.
But I know some of it was like self-image, self-worth, self-love, self-care, something that's confidence, happiness, peace, fulfillment.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Mental stimulation, your hobbies, your projects, anything that's creative, alone time, support, something that's a sense of community, personal needs, your attitude,
those are so good.
Your perspective, where you're going to give yourself grace at, and planning. So those were like some of the things that were listed in that category. Because I think sometimes it's hard, like it's like, okay, wait, what? Like the different categories can sometimes merge. This is another question from Wendy. She says, what day a week, if any, do you guys sit down and plan? Do you plan like this routinely? I'll let you answer that one first.
Yeah, so mine is usually, for right now, since like we have online services now with how the world is, mine's been Sunday. And so other times, I think before all this happened, I would probably do like a Friday night. So it's probably, right now it's Sunday night or Sunday, because I like to do my plan with me's on that day. Otherwise it'd be Friday. And I am like religious with that. I have to pre-plan. If I don't pre-plan, I am so screwed up the rest of the week.
So, because I plan on Friday because I don't have to worry about it over the weekend. And I like my Friday mornings are like some of my favorite times. I like to put on some Ella Fitzgerald, some jazz music, and I like to just plan. And that's usually when I do most of my planning on Friday, so I don't have to worry about it on the weekend. And then when Sunday rolls around, I can look at it and I'm like, okay, if anything changes, I can make last minute changes to it.
Yeah. Yep.
I love it. Okay, I think this is the last question that I see right now, which is it a challenge for you to stick to one planner?
I don't think so. I mean, I see a lot of things that I really like obviously with the disc bound, I really liked how Jen had done hers, but I'm not one that's going to go like buy a bunch of planners just to try them. I mean, I'm really like intentional about what I buy. I mean, I have to love it. Like I have to love the paper. I have to love the meaning behind it. I have to love the layout, everything. So a couple months ago, I was using like the Moxie Life and Erin Condren Life Planner, and then I think there was something else. Like sometimes I would write in my simplified, and it was just after like a couple weeks that I didn't find joy in anything but the Moxie Life. I did not find joy in it, and I think I've told someone, I can't remember who I told this to before, but I didn't have the energy to just waste time on planners that don't bring me joy. It takes your energy away from you. It takes something from you when you do that and you try to like morph yourself into something that's just not going to work for you because you like what other people are doing. So I will say sometimes planners and how we use them, for me, it changes with what season of life I'm in. And so like right now, this disc bound and this Moxie Life, I mean, these are the only two that I'm using. This is perfect for me right now. This is my planner stack. But yeah, if it doesn't bring you joy, just get rid of it.
Listen, yeah, that's good. I feel like it's harder for me to do more than one planner than it is to stay with one planner. Like I was telling Katie and some friends, or I just need to get back to 2 planners. Like that's as much as I can handle. Like, and the second one is honestly like it needs to be a notebook essentially, and not even like a planner because for me, I can't handle it. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. It just gets. I'm like, did I write that here? Did I write that there? Like,
Yeah.
it's jumbled. So I think it's whatever, figuring out the system and know that it's going to take time to figure out what works and what doesn't work.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Y'all, this is so much fun. Y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with Katie and me tonight.
Yes.
This was so much fun. Katie, do you have any parting words you want to leave with people before we get off of here?
Oh man. Well, first off, thank you guys for watching this. All your comments. It's been so much fun. It's like we're all just sitting together right now and doing this. So this is a lot of fun. But yeah, just do you with planning. I mean, there's always going to be someone out there that doesn't like what you like, or, I'm just going to say this. There's always someone that's going to have something to say. So just you do you. And if you want to change your planner next week, change your planner next week. If it's not working for you, just do what brings you joy. And I mean, that's what it's about. So
Y'all, that's it. Do you. That's it. Listen, let's just be like
yes.
it. Do you. So that's what I'm going to do, y'all. Again, y'all, it's literally do this every Wednesday at 8 o'clock. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you hit the bell notification thing, it literally sends an email to you and you're notified of when I'm going live on Wednesday nights, because this is just so much fun. And I just love seeing y'all in the chat each week. This is so much fun. Y'all, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all. Y'all are wonderful.